Welcome to Savage Tech Australia. Thanks for joining us today. I'm going to show you guys how to install our manual roller shutter. That's the single lock one. I'll be doing a dual lock one soon, probably in the next few weeks. So with our single lock roller shutter, I'll be showing you how to install it onto the vehicle, what it looks like, what it comes with, and also if you have a sports bar, how to install it with a sports bar and without the sports bar. But without the sports bar, it's very easy. So right now we've unpacked the roller shutter. This is it here. So you got the roller in the box. Comes with double-sided tape. This goes on the back of the tub. This here, I'll show you how to install that later. That's the cover that covers the roller box. Then you come with the two side rails. So these are the two side rails. Unpack these. You've got a right and a left. Okay, so what we're going to do to start with is we're going to come over here, move this factory sport bar out of the way, and we're going to get the roller shutter out. Probably recommend two people for this, but that's the roller shutter. We've got our little jig set up here just to make it easier for us to install. What we do is stop it from rolling over when you're working by yourself. Just latching this on, pulling the roller forward, so then when you put the feet on it doesn't tip. Well, it helps it not tip. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get one of the rails. Start with this side. So we get the rail, sit it down, pull your roller shutter out, get this. Now what you have to do is slide this onto here, these two together. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in, pull the roller out slightly with one hand, slide this on. Now when we're doing heaps of these, what we recommend is doing it at home is we put masking tape here, just for you guys at home. We tape this up. The reason we do that is when you're trying to align it, when it's your first time, sometimes it is very hard to align it because it's your first one you've ever done, and that can scratch the powder coating. So just a tip is to put masking tape along that section just to help you when installing. So that's one side done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the bag of goodies. So these are your brackets that mount it to the tub, the roller to the tub. Now you will need these for that. Those bolts. These ones you can use if you want extra support to hold the bracket on. I'll show you that later. These are the hose clamps that goes with the hose. Now a lot of customers have contacted me and said, oh, you've only sent me one hose, two hoses. And I'm like, no, there's four in there. You've got to literally just do this. All right, pull it apart. Pull it apart. These ones go at the front of the tub. The rubber ones go at the rear of the tub. So front, rear. These cover the cover plate. I'll show you that later. You get some nice lube in there. If you don't use it for your roller, you can use it for something else. Now these are the ones we're looking for. These are what we're going to use. Comes with an Allen key. Okay. And you've got 4 M6 washers and M6 bolts. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come over and I'll show you how to install that. So you take 2 washers and 2 bolts for either side. Okay, so I'm going to grab some nice, recommend Loctite, you know, because all of us love going forward driving and rattling our cars to bits. So grab a bit of this. Undo the bottle first would help. Put this on. Allen key and the washer goes like that. Then we're going to come underneath. All right, so this is the tricky bit. Line your track up. It should be already there, sitting there positioned, because it has got locators that the lugs will locate it. Okay, so we're going to come in, screw this on, and then tighten it up until it's nice and tight. Highly recommend Loctite, as I said before. Okay, so that one's tight. I'm going to do the other side. Same thing. Loctite Allen key. Make sure it's nice and tight. Not stupid, she stripped the bolt. Just nice and firm. The Loctite will do its work. So that's one side done. So I'll carry on and do the other side, and then we'll see you soon and I'll show you the rest. Okay, so now you can see we've got this left and right rails on. So the roller will slide back and forth. Okay, that's ready to rumble. Now, what we've done is we've got this panel. Pull that out of the box, sat that on top, like so. We've got our bag of goodies. That's the one with the plastic covers and the little caps. Okay, you get one of these bolts, put it inside the hole, Allen key, right? Then we're going to come along here, look down here, line that up as best as possible. Now what I've done is I've also backed these bottom ones out, the ones that we put the rails on, just so we can align it all, and then we'll quickly go through and remember to tighten everything up before the Loctite sets, because we've got about 10 to 15 minutes of working time. Okay, so we're going to go in, screw all these in like so. This part's nice and relaxing. Screw it in. Doesn't want to go, just make sure you're lined up. Lift this, twist that, and that'll allow the Allen key to locate, the bolt to locate in that bottom hole. Now, I'll just show you these two. What we're going to do is we're going to get the cover cap, and you come along, and you're going to push it until it presses inside. Now, these sometimes can be a pain because of the molding, but sometimes they're mint. So yeah, that one's gone in. Just make sure they click in there. And you can put a dab of super glue to stop them popping out if you want to, it's, you know, extra security. So we're going to do that one and this one. So that's two in. Alright, that's pretty much it. But I normally put a bit of Loctite super glue, so I'll pull them back out and put that on there. Okay, so once you've got that cover on, just keep going. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on either side. Make sure that's located right. Once that's done, we'll show you the next step. Okay, so we've finished this. Got all the caps on, all the screws in. Beautiful, looks mint. Now what I've got is the templates we provide. Savage Tech Australia, hole positioning for sport bar. Now this is for the right side. Now it says head direction on it. So head direction means the direction that you normally travel. So you can't go wrong. So you can't get confused in left and right. So always, the rollers, obviously this is the where the carb is. So this is going to point towards the direction you're traveling. We're going to get the right and the left, put it on there. Now what we're going to do is, we're going to get the ruler. What I recommend is, because sometimes it can be a little bit tight and challenging to get the bolts in. So what I recommend is to get the ruler, just offset it 5 mil. So we come in, measure 5 mil out, make sure this is sitting against this plastic cap here, the cover, measure 5 mil out, right, 5 mil at the back, make sure it's straight, and you should be pretty right. Okay, so once you've got your 5 mil, then what we're going to do is we're going to mask up. Alright, put this on. This will just stop it from moving. So we're just going to put that on, tape that there. Yeah, this one you can tape here. Tape over Savage. We don't need to be seen. Our logo, that's on. Then recommend putting a little punch hole in it to get you started so you don't slip. 1 there, 2 there, 3 and 4, right? You can do this one again, it was a bit soft. Okay, give that a nice little whack. Now we're ready to drill. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've got the pilot done. 8mm is it? 8mm drill bit. We're just going to go straight through this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we've got that done. Get rid of that swarf. I'll grab the vacuum. Alright, so now we've got the vacuum cleaner. I'm going to clean this mess up, get rid of the swarf. Inside here. Clean all of the trash, make sure there's nothing lying around. Look at that. Looks perfect, right? So they're nice and drilled. Aluminium, so you don't need to worry about putting any seal on or anything to protect it from rusting because it's alloy, so it ain't gonna rust. Alright, well we've done that. You can get a deburring tool and deburr this if you want. And now we're going to show you how to get the sport bar prepared to mount onto the rail and the roller shutter. Okay, so now we've got the sport bar. What we do is we normally just put it inside the cover box just to sit it upside down so you can easily work on it because you don't want the bottom getting all scratched and that. So now I've got my Allen keys. I'm going to use the impact drive. The one we normally use is a 3/16. The reason we use that is the 5mm we found sometimes it strips it out. I don't have an issue. Justin normally has issues with them, don't you? Okay, so we're going to come in here. We've pulled this off the car. There's bolts, 1, 2, and obviously the other 2 on the other side. Okay, there and there. So they're the ones that hold it onto the car. Now they're 13mm. So 13mm, pull the sport bar out, set it in a box, and you're ready to go. Upside down, pull the boot away. Make sure when you put this in here, just wiggle it down, even give it a whack because sometimes these can strip out. Unfortunately, the Allen keys they use are not that strong, the heads on them. So we're going to go in, that's 1, go in, wiggle it, and this one's going to be trouble. I'm going to put on number 3, probably strip it, but anyway. No, she's out. Okay, so then you've got one side done. Okay, Allen key's done. Let's go to the next one. Pull the boot away. One of them. Wiggle that in. Nice and straight. Okay, pull the bracket out. Now what I like doing is I keep that on there. So I pull this and that, throw it away. There's also a metal plate that you can get rid of in here. So what I'm going to do is get my Stanley knife. Now be careful when doing this because you can cut yourself. I have done it before many times. Now you're going to come in, you're going to start from here, and what you're going to do is cut back. Now make sure when you do it, don't cut too deep. What I normally do is start from here, cut back, and get that like that. Now, you can sit here and do it with a Stanley and get it as smooth as possible. But what we're gonna do is, because we do so many of these a day, and it looks neater and better for the customer, is generally speaking, I'll get rid of the excess quickly. Don't go too low, because then it looks jagged when it's mounted on your car. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I've got my grinder with a flapper wheel on it. Not everyone's going to have this, so I don't know, you can use whatever you want to use at home. You can go down to the hardware and buy them. They're about $6, $8 for a flapper wheel. Put that on your grinder, come along here, and you just do this. That gives you a really smooth finish. You can look at it from the side on this side. Come around here, Justin, and just show them that. So you can see now it's beautiful, nice and smooth. You can keep going and finishing it off. Very quick and easy. Makes your life easier if you've got a flapper wheel. Okay, I've seen other guys do it other ways, but I find this the quickest, easiest, safest way to do. And most people have got a grinder at home. Okay, so that's done. Then we're going to go along and we're going to do the next one. But of course, I've lost my shit again. So we're going to cut this out. Right, along there. When you do this, leave excess, then have a look at what you're doing. Come back along with a nice fresh Stanley, slice that around. One like that, like that. Now you can also get rid of this if you want the excess so it sits flat. So I normally just cut that like that across there. Okay. And then you get obviously the flapper wheel across here. And that's it. All nice and smooth, and then we'll show you the next step. Welcome back. So now we've got the sport bar all finished. Both sides are nicely smooth. Look at that, sexy, sexy, sexy. Pulled off all the brackets, cut off all the rubber, pulled off these little packing plates that go under here. They all go in the bin. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the sport bar and lift it onto the roller shutter. So you get one of these, do a bit of a flip, put that on, like so. Now we're gonna get the Loctite again. We're gonna come down here and do it by hand first. Bend over, get this, put some Loctite on there. Put it through the hole, give it a bit of a wiggle. You can lift it up just to find it. All right. Or you can eye it, see where the plate's sitting. Sometimes I need to move it outwards. A lot of the time you need to put your finger in here and just flick the plate outwards, because a lot of the time it doesn't line up. So just flick that out, do it by hand, get that in. So that's one, front or back or whatever you want to call it. Same thing, flip the plate out because they always go into the center. Okay, so that's in, lined up, put that one in. Sometimes they can be a pain, so we're just gonna having a bit of difficulties with my fingers because it was slippery with the Loctite. Now you can use an Allen key. I recommend doing it still by hand, but just get an Allen key and just feed it in by hand. Okay, so that's going in. That's beautiful. We're gonna get out the next one. Some more Loctite on that. Now we've got the sports bar mounted. We've only got 2 rollers done, one here, ready for an install. So now what we're going to do is get one of our customers' cars in, and I'll show you how to fit it onto the car. This is how you undo the sport bar. So we've got the ute in, 13mm socket. Now with these, when you're putting them on, don't hold them straight, because the thing is, when you hold it straight, if you can see, when these are made from the factory, it's actually on the piss, so it's on an angle like that. So you need to hold it up. And and you won't strip the bolt and it comes straight out. So once again, alright, so that's how you remove the sport bar, nice and easy. So now we're going to get the roller shutter on the back of the car, but before we do that is we're going to grab the tape. So we're going to get this, get that, wax and grease, and a cloth. Spray, spray. Ooh, spray, 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 spray. It's been raining here, so it's all wet. Clean all this, wax and grease. Might as well do the rest of the tub whilst we're at it. Clean all this around here. Sometimes there's residue here from the foot of the sport bars. The rust proofing they do from the factory. Okay, that's all done. Now we're going to get this and we're going to take this right up to the edge, right, dead center, pull this back, Stanley knife. Now make sure you don't cut your car. So what I do is I hold it back and then just do it very lightly, just score it just enough, and then we tear that off and that's it. Now we're ready to lift the roller shutter up onto here and yeah, we'll show you how to do that. We've got the brackets now, we've assembled them. So they come with these nice big M8 bolts. M8 or M10? Put a washer on, we put anti-seize on it just to stop it from binding up when you're going into the aluminium. Wind that in, that's one done. 2 done. 3 done. And this is how you assemble them. Ready? Very difficult. You slide it in. Woo! Now that's what grabs onto the inside of your track, inside of the tub. Okay? And that locks it in. So we've got them done. You get these, you slide these into your roller as well. So, okay, you get those. What we're going to do is I'll grab 2 of each. Now these are your studs with an Allen key. Make sure you put it in the right way because you've got an Allen key on one side that screws up. That catches this inside the track, right? Sits up inside the roller, and what happens is this is already in the roller. You get your foot, goes like that, sits in there, a washer, and then that bolts that to that. That's your tub. That's what tightens it onto the tub. So now we'll show you how to put it in the tub. What we're going to show you is these here. Now, you put that up, these get tightened on there. What we do is we put these on after. So we put the roller shutter on first, and before you put this on, the roller shutter's on there, you slide these down the track, I'll show you in a sec. Slide these on, that'll be already sitting there like that. You get this, that clamps around there. You can drill in the self-drilling hex screws to go into here for extra support. Or if you don't want to drill into your car, your ute, you can just use this and clamp this really tight, okay? The alligator teeth will grip, you just got to make sure it's nice and tight. Now when you put these on, make sure this is level with the side of the tub. Now this is on the piss, so these actually turn pretty easily. I normally bend it back and then just put it just like 2-3 mil under so that you can pull down, okay? So that's it. We'll grab the roller on and then we'll show you what to do. Okay, so now we've lifted the roller onto the car, onto the ute, onto the cannon. 2 people, 1 on each side, lift it up onto there and be careful with it not to scratch your ute. Now, we'll come out here and I'll show you this. So with this, we normally flush these with the front on the manual roller shutter. So you can see that sits really nicely. We'll get a nice clear shot in there. That sits flush with the silver. On this car, it's silver. If the car's black, it's black. On both sides. Now, if you don't put it far enough forward, the rear tailgate will hit this here, and then you won't be able to close your roller lid, okay? So the reason we do that is it's far enough forward away from this latch. Now, we do supply the latch with it, so you can mechanically attach this onto here. I'll grab that and show you. So what you can do is if you really want to and you're really a real tight ass, you can put one of these on your ute All right. That, don't know how the thing goes because I never installed it, but that will potentially go like that, right? So then that latches with that and locks your tailgate. But the issue is, for most people, right, 99% of people, they want to go shopping, they come back to the car, this is locked, you got to unlock and lock this every time. Now, if we install one of our electric tailgate locks, or you buy it from us and install it yourself, I've got a video on how to do that. That, when you come back to the car, you unlock your car, blah, 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 it unlocks this rear handle. And then you just open this. So this can be always locked at all the times, right? So you come back to your car, you unlock this, you got your hands full, and you just, boom, open the tailgate, put your shit in, close the tailgate. When you walk away, you lock the car, lock your tailgate. Otherwise, with this, you need to physically unlatch this every time to undo your tailgate, right? Which is a pain in the ass. That means you got to physically pull this, slide the roller open, then open your tailgate, and lock this with a key. Okay, so it's a bit of a pain in the ass. That's why we recommend the tailgate lock. They're on our website. I have a video on how to do it. It's very easy. We offer warranty with it, so don't go and buy it from somewhere else, because if you blow it up yourself and then blame it on me and want a lock replaced, mate, not my problem. You didn't buy it from me. If you had bought it comes with the instructions on what wires to connect to. So if you bought it from me and you do stuff something up, I will honour it. But if you buy it from someone else, sorry, but we can't give you a new one. Okay, so now with this, we're going to open this slowly because it's not bolted in yet. So to unlock it, you're going to push down on this, right? Or you can even just grab this latch underneath and just twist it to the side. Okay, that's open. Open it nice and slow so the roller doesn't move, okay? So the reason we had it closed was to get the tracks to open, right, before we bolt it in. So now we know it's all aligned beautifully. We're going to quickly get in here and I'll show you how to attach it. You get these, all right, you get that. There's a slot up in here, very hard to see, but there's a track in there. You get that, you feed that in like that. Okay. Slide that all the way to where you want to mount it. Now, I normally go just on this side of this bolt hole here. You can go there, you can go wherever you want. So depending on how many clamps you want to put on there, you can go one there. So say if we put that there, we grab this, put the bracket on. Now with these, where's the Allen key for the little one? Okay, one of these Allen keys. Now with this is very important to make sure we Loctite these as well, but make sure this is tight, right? So do this up and make sure she's tight. Yeah, otherwise that will come loose. So it has to bite into the aluminium. We tighten it so it's nice and tight, ready to go. Grab that, put that on. One washer. Washer goes on, nut goes on. Now we Loctite these as well. I'm just showing you this for demonstration purposes. Okay, so that goes on like that. What I normally do is back this off. Sits like that. Put this, lift that up so it's straight. Then do this up. Do that up. Then you can do this up with your 10 mil, right? This is your 10 mil. Okay, and you'll be able to see if it seals because you won't be able to see any light out here, so just make sure it's all aligned and perfect. Now I can see that there's no light coming through. Depending on how much tension you put on it, depending on how much, so when you move this bracket down, it'll pull this down more. So the more you pull it down and the more this is on an angle, it'll actually put tension on this to pull this down. Okay, so that's one. So you're gonna install the rest of them that's supplied in the kit, okay? Keep going around. Once that's all bolted in, then all nice and done, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to put the drain holes in. So the drain holes, I'll grab the tube quickly, give me a sec. So with these, we just normally get the hose clamp, put that on, like so. That clamps up. Then twist the hose so that it's already in the curve it wants to go. Pull this out, then we just poke it through here. And that's it, done. So it's your drain hole, you don't need to drill anything. If you do want to drill it, you can drill it into here and then obviously prime it and that, so it's not going to rust, and you know, coat it with something so it doesn't rust. So you can do that, but most of the time, most of our customers do not like drilling extra holes, so they're just happy to have it like that. All right, water still drains downhill, all good. The front hose, or the back hose, whatever you want to call it. Same thing, there's a plastic under here. You're gonna get the hose clamp, put the hose clamp on, put that on there like that, do the hose clamp up, spin this around so that the natural curve of it's facing that way, pull this out, pull that out, stick that in, and that's it, all done. All right, so yeah, not too bad. Now once you've got all of this in, I'll show you how to use this once we finish this one off, and then I'll show you how to use it and operate the roller shutter. Okay, thank you.